Episode 1. Vanished Without a Trace. What really happened to Maura Murray? A college student, a quiet rural road, a car crash that should have been nothing more than a scare. And then, she's gone. No one saw her leave. No one saw where she went. For nearly 20 years, the disappearance of Maura Murray has haunted investigators, online sleuths, and her family. But what happens when we go beyond the headlines and look closely at the evidence? This is Behind the Evidence, where we revisit the unsolved cases and search for the truth. Maura Murray was a 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. She was smart, athletic, and driven, but she also carried heavy stress. On February 9, 2004, Maura emailed her professors claiming a family emergency. That was a lie. She withdrew nearly all the money in her bank account, about $280, and packed her car with clothing, textbooks, and some alcohol. Her destination appeared to be the White Mountains of New Hampshire. She never told anyone why she was going. Around 7:27 p.m., Maura crashed her 1996 black Saturn on Route 112 near Haverhill, New Hampshire. It wasn't a bad crash. The airbags deployed, but she likely wasn't hurt. A passing bus driver, Butch Atwood, stopped and asked if she needed help. Maura declined, saying she had already called AAA. But there's a problem with that. There was no cell service in the area. She couldn't have called anyone. Atwood drove on and called police. They arrived just minutes later, but by then, Maura was gone. Her car was locked. There were red stains that could have been wine. Her belongings, including her phone and bank cards, were still inside. Police dogs tracked her scent for only about 100 yards before it stopped, right near a side road. No footprints in the snow led into the woods. No witnesses saw her leave. It was as if she had simply evaporated. Theories about what happened exploded online. Some believe she was abducted, possibly by someone driving along Route 112. Others think she planned her disappearance, maybe to escape the pressures of her life. A few even suspect suicide or a mental health crisis. Investigators searched the woods, the rivers, and nearby properties. Still, no trace of Maura. Over the years, alleged sightings and unverified tips popped up, but nothing confirmed. Let's put everything on the table. Strip away the noise. Forget the endless Reddit speculation, the conspiracy theories, the cryptic phone calls, and anonymous tips. Let's just look at the evidence and try to reconstruct what happened in those final known hours of Maura Murray's life. On the surface, Maura's story sounds like someone running away. She cleaned out her bank account. She sent emails to professors claiming a family emergency. She packed her car with clothes, textbooks, and even a stuffed animal. She clearly planned to go somewhere, and that somewhere, based on the MapQuest directions she printed, was likely Burlington, Vermont. But when you look closer, the pieces don't quite fit the escape narrative. Maura didn't pack like someone leaving forever. She left behind essentials: her phone charger, her makeup, most of her personal items. She even left behind her boyfriend and her family, people she'd been in regular contact with. This wasn't a full-blown disappearance. This was a young woman under pressure, taking a break. A break from what? A recent car accident involving her dad's car, an academic violation at school, and a possible struggle with anxiety or drinking. She was stressed, embarrassed, maybe overwhelmed. But this wasn't a breakdown. It was an intentional reset. Then came the crash. February 9th, 7:27 p.m. A snowy, desolate road. No serious injuries, but a lot of fear. Maura knows the police may show up. There's alcohol in the car. She's already been in a wreck days before. She's panicking, not thinking long-term anymore, just trying to avoid getting in more trouble. She declines help from Butch Atwood. Why? Because she doesn't want the police involved. She wants to handle it quietly. Maybe she starts walking. Maybe she's looking for someone she expected to meet. Or maybe she's hoping someone will stop and help. Then it happens. Someone pulls over. A stranger, a passerby, or someone she vaguely knew. She gets in. That's where the scent trail ends. 100 yards from the car. Gone. No trace, no body, no phone activity, and no evidence she ever made it to Burlington. Everything points to this. Maura didn't intend to vanish forever. She likely planned a solo trip to regroup, but after the crash, something unpredictable happened. My educated guess, she accepted help from the wrong person and was abducted shortly after the crash. The timing, the lack of physical evidence, and her sudden disappearance all support that scenario. This wasn't a meticulously planned escape. It wasn't a breakdown. It was a moment of vulnerability, and someone took advantage of it. Maura Murray's case has been unsolved for nearly 2 decades. Her family still seeks answers. Her story still matters. So what do you think happened that night on Route 112? Let us know in the comments. Do you believe she vanished by choice? Or did someone make her disappear? This has been Behind the Evidence. Until next time, stay sharp and remember, question everything.